guys, it's Gary from Screamsnthrills. We're back for another day at the town moor for the build-up of the Hoppins, and we've just arrived and already we're seeing a couple of more changes from the entrance that we come in from. So we'll have a look around and see what's new. So first off, we seem to have a rotor, which is new. That wasn't pulled on yesterday, so that's pulled on today. Looks like it's already partially set up as well. Ground conditions are a lot more muddier today. Next to the rotor we have Miami Trip 3 and a little juvenile teacup ride. Ground conditions today are absolutely horrible, and that view's certainly changed a lot. Looks like we've got another runaway train. Looks like the Ice Palace mirror maze is set up. More food options available on this side. So down at the bottom we've got another ride that's pulled on there. Try and get over to there and have a look, see what that one is. And we look to have another ride pulled on here, which is Freeman's Waltzer. Has made it on site now. That's another Waltzer added to the list. And also Jamaica Extreme XXL has finally started to be set up. Still no movement on the Sizzler by the looks of things. By Robinson's. So I'll wander down this middle path, see what's changed. This seems to be the main arterial route for most of the rides being set up. I do apologise for the noise, lots of generators going. And we have another ride set up here. You'll see that better from the other side when we go out and have a look at the XXL Miami. Robinson's Dodgems now has the plates put in place on the bottom. Ready for the cars if they haven't already put them on. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're still putting some of the platforms in place. And a new arrival, we have Kickdown by William H. Clark. Fun little freak out that one is. More side stalls off to the side there. Juvenile pirate ship in the background. Not too sure if that'll be getting set up or not. Yeah, it's Kickdown. Doesn't look like it's been set up yet, and a lot of progress made with IceJet. And also it looks like Clark's Waltzers is set up as well. Yeah, lots of progress being made on IceJet. Still not at its full height yet though. So yeah, Clark's Waltzer is now set up as well. Put some finishing touches to that. And next to that is the Joker Frogs. Another new arrival is Pole Position Dodgems by Horn's Pleasure Fairs. So that's 3 sets of dodgems now. Terence Reeves Magic Circus Funhouse. And I've got another ride here pulling into position. And we have another new arrival as well, which is Gallagher's Twister. We have another, what looks like slide pulled in off the side there. Another Kentucky Derby. So yeah, the ground conditions today seem to be proving a bit more difficult for rides being pulled on. So yeah, so far quite a lot of new stuff pulled on today. As you can probably tell, a lot more of the smaller rides are pulling on now. The rides that don't require heavy machinery and big machinery. So let's have a quick look at the Joker Frogs. So that's the third set of frogs that's pulled on. And we have Midnight Express pulling on as well. Pulled on. So we'll have a look at that if we can get past. Once we can get past this machine pulling on. So we've had a slight change of plan as to the direction that we're taking. We were originally going down the central arterial route, but that seems to now be jammed. We've got wagons coming in both ends and very, very little space for them to move around in at the moment. So we've decided to head back to where we began and come down one of the side routes instead. So here we have the sticky wall rotor that's pulled on today and looks to be fully set up. Next week it looks like we've got another little mini Miami. Then we've got Miami Trip 3. In the background there you can see Apollo 13's set up now. New enough, so we've got the carriages by the looks of it and probably theming left to do. We'll have a closer look at that in a bit. So to this side here we've got another runaway train. Next to Philip Cooper's Ghost Train. And then next to that we have the Ice Palace 3D experience, which I believe is a mirror maze. Still no movement on Chadwick's Funhouse. So here we have Terence Reeves Magic Circus Funhouse, with a lot more of the decoration on it. Looks, apart from the top sign not being up, Looks like it's pretty much complete, just some lighting to do. And we've got more side stalls being set up. And we've got Jamie Clark's Super Bowl pulled on. Just trying to get that into position by the looks of it. The ground conditions are making it extremely hard at the moment. Off to the side here we've got Midnight Express. Starting to be set up and levelled out. We have another juvenile ride on the side here to be set up. Doesn't seem to be as many juvenile rides this year as what there was last year. And you can see Turner's wagons there. And in the corner, Gallagher's Twist. This is what we were saying by this middle section seems to be quite gridlocked at the moment. We've got Wagon, Jamie Clark, the Midnight Express wagon there. Then you've got cars and wagons backed all the way up to here. Just behind XXL. Over this side we have a lot more of your side stalls, so like your hooker ducks and your dart games, a typical stable of most fun fairs, and some food outlets as well. So yeah, as you can see, it's quite backed up. Another Midnight Express wagon there, another ride pulling on. So here we got another mini Miami. That's two mini Miamis. Shooting side stall. It looks like the bar's open.
It does.
I suppose showmen and gaff lads have to get their pints from somewhere, I suppose. Bit of extra business. So as we head down this side, it's starting to look a little bit more empty, but still seems to be mainly your side stalls and your juvenile rides. Got an empty crash test wagon there, still to be moved away. Turner's License to Thrill, still to be set up. In positions, just not set up. I really do hope before they open this that they're going to cut this grass. Because just to put it in perspective, that's how deep the grass is here. So off to the side here we've got another runaway train, and the helter-skelter starting to be set up. And we've got Crow's Extreme, which is pretty much set up now. Just got the rest of the back flash to put up. Need to look at Crow's Extreme. Then we've got a big open space. Looks like crash test is set up. And I was correct, them cars that was on the trailer near to where they're pulling on from the road was indeed crash tests cars. Which means that Robinsons have finally made a start and setting up their Tagada. So we'll head over that way and have a look over that side in a few minutes. Still no movement on the Waltz though. However, we have had massive progress on Razzamatazz Waltzer. Shaw's Razzamatazz Waltzer. A lovely looking Waltzer. More side stalls, basketball games. Looks like a mini carousel as well. Let's have a quick look at the front of that Razzamatazz Waltzer. So there we go, there's the front of Shaw's Razzamatazz Waltzer. Not very often you see a Waltzer with the top flashboard that looks like that. And off in the distance there you can see Exciter's now got its back flash up. We've got another food stall pulling on. Another juvenile ride. So we do have now house fencing starting to be put up, but as we mentioned in our last update, we have been given permission to come on site even when the fencing is up. We've got more food and options. Got another ride off in the distance there waiting to come on. See if we can zoom in and try and get some indication as to what that ride is. Looks like a couple of juvenile rides. Let's have a walk down this main path towards one of the entrance portals. And you can see Crow's Dodgems is all levelled out. So yeah, as you can see, this here now is the end of where the Hoppins is. So the big wheel is the very tip of the Hoppins this year. All that space behind is not being used. So as you look down here, you can see on your right you've got Razzamatazz Waltz, Exciter to the left, Crash Test further down there on your left hand side, just behind Robinson's Tagada. So I can imagine this being your main route along into the Hoppins along here. So we'll have a walk down towards this entrance portal, but we're not going to go right down to the bottom. Instead we're going to turn off just to the side of this white cabin here to go and have a look around to the front of Exciter and Robinson's Tagada. Just behind the big wheel you can see it's just being used for storage. And you've got your food and drink options, more food and drink going down. So I'm wondering whether Feast Street might be down this main route this year rather than being in one area. So we'll have a little wander down past here, past Crow's Dodgems. Which is still to be set up. It's all been levelled out. Just needs the platforms putting out. And we've got another juvenile ride to the side there. Razzamatazz. And then here we have Exciter by Dan Crow. Its backflash fully up now. There is still some rides which haven't arrived yet, which are rumoured to be coming. So we'll keep our eyes open for them coming. So there's a nice big open space here, which I can imagine is probably going to be where another ride's going to be going. Next to Robinson's Waltzes. And there's the Cube side stall that we saw parked up. And you got more side stalls, as I suspected, along this side. Seems to be all the rides seem to be centered into the middle, and you've got side stalls either side, which is a similar style of layout that it was last year, just on a much smaller scale. So here we have Robinson's Tagada. Fully set up. And then to the side here we've got Crash Test, which hasn't been fully set up yet. It's still got the station to build up, but the vast majority of it, it's a bit like AB Danter's, vast majority of it is set up now. So yeah, opposite Crash Test you've got more fair games, polka ducks, snowman games, catch snowballs, etc. All side stalls, all what you typically see at a fun fair. And we've got crash test, its stop sign all the way up there. And then we've got the set of frogs, which I didn't know whose it was, which I found out it's called Don Sapo frogs. That's not the showman, that's the name of the ride. So you can see they're starting to set them frogs up now. And another little food outlet. Yet more fairground favourites, hooker ducks. So as you can see, most of the larger rides are now set up that require heavy machinery. Have a look at XXL. Really can't wait to get on that. And off to the left here we have, returning this year, Jack's Bingo. Something you don't often see at fairs. It was here last year and it's returning this year as well. And here's the Turner's rides. Obviously there's been no movement on the Turner's rides today, as they had a family funeral today for the late Daisy Turner, Keith Turner's wife, so our thoughts go out to them. And then next to it, next to Tagada from Turner's, which is Odeon Tagada, we have Gallagher's Twister. Then we have the ride that we've seen pulling into position, which not 100% sure what this ride is. And just behind you can see Jamie Clark's Super Bowl pulling into position. And also just behind Gallagher's Twist there's Midnight Express. We've got more side stalls and the juvenile slide that we've seen back there. So we're on the other side now to where we stopped our original filming. There's Horn's pole position dodgems. You can see just laying out the track mats, ready to bring the wagons on site. And And here's a closer look at the Joker frogs. And next to the Joker's frogs we've got Clark's Waltz XL, which seems to be set up and appears to be testing its sound system. Gotta love a good sound system on a Waltzer. Let's have a little look at that. Got William Clark's Waltzer, fair trade Waltzer. A lot of showmen seem to be going for this style of Waltzer now. Comes in on one trailer, and then to the side of Clark's Waltzer XL we've got ice jets starting to be set up, starting to take its true shape now. Obviously it's not that high. It's a lot higher than that, and we do seem to have quite a bit of empty space over this side, so there's a lot of the rides that we have yet to see come on site. It's due to go down here. I'm not too sure, because you seem to have side stalls at the side there running all the way down to Apollo 13, which we'll have a closer look at in a bit. And then obviously you've got IceJet and Vortex next to it. So here next to IceJet we have Vortex, which I didn't realise this at first, but I actually recognised this roundup from last year. It was at the Hoppins last year as well. However, it wasn't under the name Vortex last year. It was just displaying the name The Cage. So I'm assuming Vortex is probably a new name for it. So if anyone knows any information on that one, drop a comment below. Next to Vortex, it looks like we're going to be having William Clark's Kickdown. One of my favourite freak out rides. And alongside we've got more side stalls, games, archery games, penalty shootout games, one ball in a bucket, paintball guns, pretty much anything you can think of making a side stall funfair game out of, you've got. So here we finally have the Jamaica Extreme XXL Miami. Pretty much set up, and that is quite a big Miami. It just needs its top sign putting on, and that looks like it's pretty much complete. It's had a few names in the past. But it's not recent, it's just recently been brought into the country by Crows. So whether it'll stay as Jamaica Extreme, not too sure. It's shown on the top, one of its old names, XXL Jamaica Show. And obviously on the bottom it's got its current name, Jamaica Extreme XXL, which I believe is what the back top sign says as well. But it's nice to see it finally set up. One of the largest travelling Miamis in the UK now. So yet again, more side stalls, games. And you've got another Kentucky Derby, so I think that's about 3 Kentucky Derbies I've seen now. And then we have another ride pulled on, not set up. Not too sure what that is at the moment. Let's see if we can figure it out. Then we've got Insania, which until today I've only just found out there's actually 2 Insanias. This one isn't actually the one that we went on before. This one is actually by Danta. The one we went on before is also called Insania, but it's owned by Cubbins. So it's a bit confusing having 2 with the same name. So we'll be giving that a try. And finally at the side here, we've finally came to Apollo 13, the largest travelling booster in the UK. That's all, my camera doesn't even want to move up. There we go. So yeah, we'll be certainly trying to get a ride on that. So you can see we've got the pay box in the shape of a space shuttle, and then we've got the astronaut that we've seen on the truck. It's still yet to have its backflash put up yet, and it looks like they're only just starting to attach the gondolas, the seats, to the ends of the arms. That is going to be one magnificent ride in action. See if I can move back a bit and get a full view of it. And it's probably got the closest it's going to get, I think. One magnificent ride. The only booster at the moment that we've seen arrive at the Hoppins. However, there was rumoured to be at least one more, which was Booster Max, but there's been no sign of that at the moment. So currently this is the only booster on site. So then off to the side of Apollo 13, we've got yet another gap. Whether there's anything going there, I'm not too sure. But I can imagine the booster will probably need quite a bit of space to swing around. We've got Sea Storm off in the distance there, and next to Insania looks like we'll be having Freeman's Waltz set up. Only been pulled on today, no sign of it being set up just yet. It's right next to AB Danta's Air. And we do have some more rides down at this end, which I believe is the Superstar. Which is the Top Star ride. Never got a chance to try that last year. However, we have been on one similar since, which is Body Count, and it is a very unusual sensation, very unusual feeling. Here's another look at Sea Storm. Its top sign up now. This is by Harness. Off to the side, we have another ride pulled on, which maybe wrong, looks a bit like another Waltzer, but I could be wrong. So yeah, we've got the Top Star here, which is in pretty much the same position as it was last year. Most of the rides down here, with the exception of the Funhouse and the Ghost Train, seem to be in a similar position on this side. The opposite side where Apollo 13 is and Sea Storm, that's different. And then right down at the bottom here we've got your traditional fortune teller, Gypsy Smith, with Madame Francesca. So it does look like you're going to have your traditional fortune tellers and palm readers, which is what the Hoppins is known for. But more food options down here as well. Whether these are in position or not, I'm not 100% sure. I believe they are. And you've got another traditional Gypsy fortune teller. And we do have another ride that's pulled on next to Top Star, which I'm not too sure what that is either. There's rides coming on thick and fast now. And we've still yet to see the Big Apple Caterpillar style ride pull on. That's still parked up at the side. So there's still no sign as to what this ride is. So if anyone knows, please drop a comment below. So that wraps up another build up and pull on update for the Town Moor Hoppins 2024. So as you've seen, there's a lot more rides coming on now. A lot more rides being built up, some rides that have pulled on but not built up yet. So we will try and come back over tomorrow to see if we can capture any of them that have just pulled on today, not set up yet, getting set up, and also see if there's any new rides pulling on. So there is still a few rides which, like I said before, is missing, such as Atmosphere, the Reverse Bungee, Mega Spin, unless of course any of them rides that we've seen folded up might be some of the ones that are missing at the moment. There's obviously folded up because there's supposed to be Project X as well. That's not currently visible, I'll say. Because like I say, one of the ones that are folded up, one of them could be Mega Spin, one of them could be Project X, who knows. So if you've enjoyed this vlog, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for any future vlogs that we've got coming out, and we'll see you in the next one.